Hey everyone, Larry Bailey here with Awesome Technologies Inc. This morning, if you're like me, you might have received an email from ICE Mortgage Technology talking about a release that happened last night into Encompass. It doesn't happen often, but in this case, there were some very important updates that happened. Specifically, for the desktop version, there's a new NMLS call report here, the supplemental insurance field added, enhancements to the enhanced conditions in the E folder. I've got partner release notes because we are a partner. We're on the partner advisory board. I'm on partner advisory board under two separate companies with ICE for Encompass, so I get the unique advantage for that. So here's the release notes that we find, again, last revised on the 19th, so this was a few days ago, earlier this week. And so let's go through each of these changes. So first of all, if you log into Encompass, if you've got automatic version turned on, you're now at .5. And for those that don't have automatic version turned on, I'm totally down with that because you want to vet it. You've got some other technology. You want to make sure you're not the first to the new version. Totally cool. Problem is, if you wait too long to do an update, or you don't do any updates, you're still on like version 23.0.2 or something. You've got 24.1.0. something coming out into test environment here in a couple of weeks on the 9th of March, and then you've also got it coming to production April 9th. So what's your plan? So work that out. Make sure you don't fall too far behind on these updates. You also want to review these release notes because if you want something here, like let's say you're like, oh my gosh, finally I need that thing that's in version 23.3.0.5, but you're still on something prior, well now you need to go back to the other release notes to make sure that you implement all the changes that are happening from those other release notes. So it's a heavy lift, and you certainly need to make your own choices, but be prepared. Here's what's coming out, not even coming out, here's what's out this morning, right now, in 23.3.0.5. So the NMLS mortgage call report, there's a new version. So if you don't know how to do this, then you probably don't need to worry about it. But effectively, you can do an Excel expanded now. You can also do an XML expanded. These are some of the new enhancements for version 6. There's a couple of screenshots in here. I do want to say this, for those that are like me when you had these call report parties to try to get information synchronized and updated, it can be quite a challenge. I typically find clients that have less of a challenge are doing it monthly. Even if you're only reporting it quarterly, you're actually maintaining these numbers every month. Just food for thought on that. So it walks you through in here on how to do it, of course, and again, if you don't know how to do it, you're probably not doing it. If you're new to Encompass, these are great steps. I'll go ahead and post this with the recording over on mortgage.community. If you're not part of mortgage.community, what's up with that? Get over it. It's free account. Everybody can join. If you're in the mortgage industry and you really care what's going on, get over there. The next one is a supplemental insurance field. So this is really talking about, we did an enhancement. It's been added to the 1400 line, so this is new, right? So I would encourage you to check it out. It is now going into the total estimated payment section for the 2015 itemization form. The field is read only and is only populated by the supplemental insurance value entered on other input forms like loan submission or transmittal summary. So for those of you that have custom input forms, custom summary forms, and you're not using the standard loan submission, or for whatever reason you're also not using the 1008, the standard transmittal summary, you'll need to make sure you address this if you care about a supplemental insurance field. And if you want it on the 2015 itemization, which of course travels over to the LE and the CD. So there you go. Hey, I've been talking about enhanced conditions for well over a year now. So again, 2024, you got 4 big things to do if you're using Encompass. Number 1, make sure all your vendors are using Encompass Partner Connect. That's EPC. Get that set up in your environment, like now, please. Get them everything. It's going to be beneficial for you. You can hear me talk about this in a whole bunch of other places. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me using Larry@atihelps.com. Second thing is moving to enhanced conditions. You gotta move to enhanced conditions. Gotta. I can't say it enough. I go into that detail a lot, again, in other recordings. If you want to debate me on this and challenge me on this, I'm up for it. I throw the gauntlet down, challenge me on this one. So if you are using enhanced conditions, great news. You can now add blank conditions. This might sound like so rudimentary, but the idea is, you want to bring over a condition. The philosophy of enhanced conditions is you really shouldn't need a blank one. But if you're creating enhanced conditions on the fly, you can now do it. So make sure you read through these steps and understand what's going on. It's not like a standard condition where it's no big deal. These enhanced conditions are tied into a lot of different things. They're extraordinarily intricate, which is great, but it also builds up complexity that you want to understand. So adding blank conditions for enhanced conditions, that's great. And so here it gives you a screenshot. We're on page 10 now. You can also add conditions from condition lists now, and then so there's how that looks on that screenshot. That's on page 11. You can add conditions from condition sets now for enhanced conditions. So again, the game plan from ICE has been really crystal clear on this since last year, and that is to get Encompass on the web to be everything desktop can do and more, and much more. So the four things I said earlier I talked about, but I didn't give you the last two. First one is Encompass Partner Connect. Second thing is enhanced conditions. Third thing is workflow engine. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please get on my other recordings or get over to the mortgage.community or come to one of our Tuesday calls, 4 o'clock Eastern. Every Tuesday we talk about things as a community. If you don't know what workflow engine is or why it's important, you're totally missing out. And then the last thing is getting into the concept of task-based workflows. You've got these things called workflow tasks. And the reason why this is important is because you can fire different task windows to come up that gives a UI experience so that you can have your team members actually looking at two separate documents at the same time, or they're looking at a document and an input form that's a portion of an input form that you want them to do data entry on. All kinds of really cool stuff. It's a complete paradigm shift, but it's well ahead. Encompass, honestly, has always been ahead of the curve. Encompass on the web is no exception. So I work with Encompass, I work with Byte, I work with Meridian Link, I work with LendingPad, I've worked with Point over the years, I've worked with Empower. I've seen Arrive, kind of, sort of. It's been a really weird thing. I haven't really been able to see that firsthand for some reason. I don't know why. They won't let me see it. Anyway, I speak highly of Encompass because it's the only platform out there that gives all the current technology and lets you configure the crap out of it. And that's a good thing, and it can be a dangerous thing too. So anyway, fixed issues. Back to our topic here. Fixed issues for 23.305. Updates to the client machines. That means your people logging in. So issues with duplicate fields for NMLS, aka that's why they had to come out with version 6. I'm sorry. This is actually, I talked about this before. This is supposed to come out in 24, and they pushed this earlier. So when you go to the reporting database and you get that annoying thing where it brings in duplicate fields, so supposedly that's been resolved. I have to test that, see if that's the case. And that's it, actually. That's good enough for me. We talked about this coming out in 24.1 in April. I'll take it in February. Thank you, ICE. That's all I got. I want to make sure everybody knows about this announcement, make sure everybody has the information, because information is power, and I want to make sure you have it so you can be powerful today in your day. Have a great day, everybody. Larry Bailey. If you ever need anything, Larry@atihelps.com. Get over to mortgage.community. Find out more. There's a ton of information, and we'll see you soon. Bye.